Kid Stars, fun for me. Kid Stars, where I love to be. Kid Stars, let's all stay. Kid Stars, let's all play. Hooray!
Let's see who will be presenting Kid Stars today! It's Harry!
Star Pilots, good morning! It's time to navigate another morning on Mr. Bean action right here on Kid Stars. We got lots of Mr. Bean episodes for you this morning. I'm gonna start things off with the first episode, which is called Home Movie. Let's go overload! Now it's time for our second Mr. Bean episode for today, and it's called Fish Sitting. I think that's gonna go horribly wrong. Now, my parents are going on holiday this month because it's Easter and they're going on Easter holidays. We all are. And speaking of holidays, Mr. Bean is going on a holiday himself, but he's going on a cruising holiday, as this episode is called The Cruise. Now, Mr. Bean heads to a fun fair to take part in a coconut shy. I hope he wins some prizes. Now, this next episode is going to be based on a joke. So here it is. What do you call Mr. Bean when he's sick? A green bean. Yep, and that's the name of the episode. It's called Green Bean. Seems like I got a lot of mess in this room, and most of them belong in the rubbish bin. Some of them have been leaving outside the ship without any other reason. And there's only one reason for that, because that's the name of our next Mr. Bean episode. It's called Litterbugs. Now, I take my card, my Barclays card, anywhere I go now, because now that I'm 22, I have to pay for all my stuff. For dinners, college, or even Geek Retreat or something like that. But anyway, our next Mr. Bean episode is called Cash Machine. Oh no, there's a rat in Oscar's studio. I better trap it. And while I do that, you watch our next Mr. Bean episode, which is called Rat Trap. Well, unfortunately, Valentine's Day has gone for the year. But Mr. Bean is trying to be romantic in this next episode, as this one is called Valentine's Bean. Now, Mr. Bean's friend Irma is coming for dinner. But Mr. Bean hasn't got a lot of time. Let's see what happens, as this episode is called All You Can Eat. Right now, Mr. Bean needs a new bookcase in this next episode, as this one is called Flat Pack. Luckily, I don't have a bookcase in my area. I wonder if they have one in Johnny Brianna's or Oscar's studios. Maybe I'll ask him. In this next episode of Mr. Bean, Teddy is going on holiday with Mr. Bean, as this one is called Holiday for Teddy. Let's see how this one goes. Luckily, we don't have a newspaper boy coming in to deliver our newspaper anymore. Well, right now, it's time for our next Mr. Bean episode, as this one is called The Newspaper. Mr. Bean vlogging, where you go? That could lead to horribly wrong. Let's find out. Or it could be a nice quiet place for him to study. Let's find out in this next episode, which is called Viral Bean. Now, in this next episode of Mr. Bean, he gets to play as his favourite superhero, Super Spy. And look, I'm dressed up as well, because I'm kind of cosplaying as my favourite character from My Hero Academia is Zuko Midoriya. But luckily, fortunately, I don't have his shoes. But this will have to do. Let's see what happens in the next episode, which is called Super Spy. Now it's time for our next episode of Mr. Bean. And this time he's going to be a Scoutmaster, as this one is called Scout Bean. Unfortunately, I don't have college today because I'm off. I'm normally off on Friday. But speaking of back to school, that's where Mr. Bean is going today to become a teacher. Now then, Star Pilots, can we all be standing up and saluting? Because it's time for our next episode of Mr. Bean, which is called Lord Bean. Ooh, there's a problem now. Mr. Bean hates the Reliant Robin that has a mysterious driver. I wonder who that could be. But will he win against the battle? Let's find out. I've always wanted to say this. Let the wars begin! Oh my word. A bride needs to get to a wedding before it's too late. Can Mr. Bean help? Let's find out. As this next episode is called The Wedding Day. Now Mr. Bean owns a smartphone, just like mine. And it's now time for our next Mr. Bean episode, which is called Bean Phone. Right now, Mr. Bean's flat is turned into a hotel and has some unexpected guests arriving. I wonder how that's going to cope. Let's find out in this episode, which is called Hotel Bean. I see a dinosaur coming my way. That means it's time for our next Mr. Bean episode, which is called Jurassic Bean. Mummy! Oh, poor Mrs. Wicket is injured now. Mr. Bean has to take care of her. This next episode of Mr. Bean is called Caring Bean. Now, Brum's been to an opera before, and now Mr. Bean's going to one. I wonder how Mr. Bean gets on in there. Let's find out. That was our next, second to last Mr. Bean episode for this morning, which is called Opera Bean. Now it's time for our final Mr. Bean episode for today. And this one's called Taxi Bean. I don't think becoming a taxi will work, Mr. Bean. I think Noddy is the best taxi driver than you. That's it, Star Pilots. Our Mr. Bean day here is done for this Friday. The space race won't stop there though. Log yourself onto Instagram and follow us at Kidstars TV. There you can find out all the information before anyone else. Pick your schedule and make your day partner back as well so you don't forget. We're back at 6 o'clock tonight for the bedtime hour. Nice relaxing fun before you head off to bed. And don't forget, my good friends Brianna and Oscar will be here for more Mr. Bean madness for you tomorrow morning. With one of Oscar's hilarious jokes. That all blasts off from 6 a.m. Don't miss it. Until then, team, it's time to tune out.